Have you ever had that unsettling feeling that something was wrong with time? As if the clock had spun forward, but the world remained exactly in the same place. I'm not talking about a simple déjà vu. I'm talking about consciously living the same day twice. In 2023, hundreds of reports surfaced on forums like Reddit, all with the same disquieting pattern: people waking up, living the entire day. And then, the next day, waking up again at the same point, with the same events, with the same words spoken by everyone around them. As if time had malfunctioned. As if reality had been reset. But what if I told you it wasn't a bug? What if what these people experienced was the true system trying to correct an error you weren't supposed to notice? Before we continue, if this kind of content messes with your head and grabs you as if something inside is calling to you, subscribe to the channel. Here, nothing is a coincidence. The first account comes from a student who swore he had lived the same day twice. He described a typical morning, being woken up by his mother at 6:47 a.m., the smell of coffee with cinnamon, his backpack lying on the living room floor. He went to school and had a history class about World War II. The teacher gave a surprise quiz and he answered as best he could. So far, everything was normal. But the next day, everything repeated. He woke up at 6:47 a.m. Same smell. Same tone of voice. Same position of the backpack. At school, the same content. The same class. The same test. Only this time, he knew all the answers. That's when he realized the teacher was wearing the same clothes, saying the same words, making the same gestures. Even the same bad joke. He freaked out. He ran to the bathroom. The mirror, mysteriously fogged up, had no steam at all. He looked at his reflection, and the reflection smiled before he did. Another account tells the story of someone who frequented the same coffee shop every morning. At 7:12 a.m., he ordered an espresso. On the second day, the barista asked, "Do you want the same as yesterday?" He thought it was thoughtful. But on the third day, even before he entered, the barista said the exact same phrase, with the same intonation, without blinking. And the coffee was already ready. Same cup. Same name written. Same stain on the lid. It was as if they knew what he was going to do before he even showed up. The barista's gaze was empty. There's also the case of a delivery driver. On a common route, a new street appeared on the GPS, Rural Lavinia. He had never heard of it. But he went there. Grey houses, absolute silence. He delivered the package, no one answered. He left it at the door. The next day, the street disappeared from the map. But on the third day, there it was again. Same houses. Same silence. Same package. And on the ground, the delivery receipt with his name. Signed. Twice. One of the strangest accounts involved a YouTube video. A viewer watched content about temporal distortions. He liked it, commented, and closed the app. 3 days later, the same video reappeared in his feed as if it were new. Same comments. His own had vanished. He rewatched it. Every frame identical. Until at the end, a phrase appeared that he swore wasn't there before. "You saw this for the first time again." He reloaded. The video disappeared. Some users suggest these loops are synchronization failures. As if reality is buffering. But there's a more disturbing theory. Imagine that time, as you understand it, is a program. And at certain moments, the system needs to restart an entire day to correct something that went wrong. Only sometimes a small part of individual consciousness escapes. Like a consciousness bug. And you feel the restart. Other more conspiratorial users say these events began to increase in 2023 due to tests with quantum networks or national security restricted temporal engineering events. Now, the most disturbing part, one of the accounts said that, on the second day he lived, he didn't find certain people. As if something had been erased in the new upload. In April 2023, a viral post about living 2 identical days had over 14,000 upvotes on Reddit. It was mysteriously removed after 3 hours. The author of the post no longer exists on the platform. No saved posts, no linked accounts. But in the comments archived by users, one of them said, if you remember the second day, don't tell. Or they will correct it again. And this time you won't remember anything. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow, then everything was the same as the day before? The same conversation, the same smell, the same error on the TV, the same reflection that doesn't blink at the same time. And what if, deep down, you're already on the second day, and only now have you started to notice? If you've made it this far, maybe the system hasn't noticed you yet. Enjoy it. And if you want to keep receiving content about the flaws in reality, subscribe to the channel before this video disappears. Until the next transmission. Or rather, until the repetition,